Howdy, St. Helena's Church and School, and all of our St. Helena's friends and families. Greetings to you. We wanted to come today and talk to you about St. Helena's Rally Day that's coming up on Sunday, September the 13th. We'll be heading right up the road to Waring, Texas, to Camp Capers on the beautiful Guadalupe River. We'll gather there for worship outside at 10 o'clock in the morning under the shade. Bring your own chair and bring your own picnic lunch. And then we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to play some games. The Guadalupe River will be open. We're going to talk about some outreach initiatives and some things going on this fall as we begin to return to parish life together. And then one of my favorite things we're going to do is we're going to have root beer floats.
I have a confession, Father David. I've never actually had a root beer float before.
This is just hard for me to imagine that Brian has been deprived his entire life without having a root beer float. So I thought there must be other people out there who don't know how to make a root beer float or haven't had the joy of having a root beer float. And so we thought we'd do a little quick lesson on how to make a root beer float. So when you come to camp on the 13th, then you can enjoy having your root beer float. So a little history. August the 19th was the anniversary of the invention of the root beer float. The first root beer float was invented in 1893 by a fellow named Frank Wisner, and he was the owner of the Cripple Creek Brewing Company in Colorado. And legend has it that he was gazing at the Colorado snow-covered mountains, and it looked to him like ice cream floating in soda. And so the very next day, August 19th, he went back to his brewery and he put root beer and added ice cream to it and made the first root beer float, and he named it the Black Cow. So a little quick lesson on how to make root beer floats. So first, you got to have really good ice cream. So being Texas, we picked Bluebell homemade vanilla. And it needs to be really, really cold. Colder the better. So put it in your deep freeze and put it there overnight. Get it really, really cold, and then scoop out your ice cream. This one's really cold and hard. And there's no perfect ratio of ice cream to soda. I like a lot of ice cream in mine.
I was gonna say, so can you really have too much ice cream?
You really can't, because you can always add soda, right? You can always add soda, so get lots of ice cream in your cup. And we're going to provide individual ice cream at Rally Day, and we're actually going to hand you a kit that has ice cream and a root beer and a solo cup and a spoon, and you can make your own. So get all the ice cream you can possibly stuff into your cup. And then pick your root beer. This is A&W. My personal preference is root beer in a glass bottle. IBC is really a good one that comes in a glass bottle. This one's a plastic. I prefer glass, but that's all they had at the gas station down the street. And I like to get my root beer as cold as possible before I put it in here. So I like to stick it in the freezer for just enough that it won't explode and destroy your freezer before I put it in here. So then you pour it in. You have to go slow because it really foams up. Ice cream makes root beer even more foamy than normal.
Interesting. You weren't kidding.
Yeah. So it really foams up. And then once you get all your root beer in there, the thing I like to do is I like to make sure my ice cream is submerged. So sometimes I push it down in the cup and I hold it there. And I hold it there because I want the root beer to actually freeze on the surface of the ice cream. And then you have this little layer of frozen root beer on your homemade vanilla Bluebell ice cream. And it's just a little taste of heaven. It's about as good as it gets.
It's kind of like the two natures of Christ, fully ice cream and fully root beer, just as Jesus is fully God and fully man.
Right. And there's this rumor that they served ice cream floats at the Last Supper, but I think it's just a rumor.
I heard that one too, though.
Yeah. So Join us on the 13th up at Camp Capers. We'll start at 10 a.m. We'll be there until about 3 in the afternoon. Dress cool and casual. Bring your appetite, bring a friend, bring your lawn chair. Bring your fishing rod if you want to fish. Bring your towel if you want to get in the Guadalupe River. Bring your soccer ball if you want to kick it around. It's just a great, great place to be at Camp Capers. And we look forward to seeing you there, and look forward to seeing you taste your root beer float.
Cheers.
Take care.